Today in the crypto space, we see the market getting a bit of a bounce. However, Bitcoin still at critical levels right around 94,800 and Ethereum holding steady, and obviously the altcoins following its lead. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one project that has retraced significantly, and it is part of a bullish narrative, and that project is called AI16Z. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. Looking for opportunity, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on those socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with the general market. We're going to talk about the market cap and the overall top 100, see what's going on here. But obviously, I want to talk about AI16Z a little bit here today. We'll talk about the Bitcoin chart to see how Bitcoin could be influencing the overall market and the various narratives that we've been talking about in the last little while, including the AI agent narrative. And this is one of the reasons why I want to talk about AI16Z today, is because that dip, guys, that dip is definitely a dip that you might want to take advantage of. All right, guys, so let's begin. Let's quickly look at what's going on here. The market cap has been falling. However, the volume has been kind of cooling off. And as we got an uptick in market cap, you can see a little bit of a pump, a little bit of a move to the upside. We are getting an uptick in volume, which is great because we're getting our first signs that maybe now we're going to get volume and market participation to the upside, volume to the upside, market cap to the upside, capital coming right back into the crypto space after this retracement. It could be the case. Now, we know that Bitcoin is at very critical levels. That 92K is so critical, and the risk to reward ratio is absolutely heavy. Really good there to see a bounce and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we're going to talk about Bitcoin in a second, but I want to quickly scrape to the top 100, and you can see that there is a lot of projects either getting a nice little bounce, XRP, Bitcoin, and a few others. Even Cardano's not bad. Sui, of course, is a beast today, doing really well, and many others. Stellar, XLM. What else do we got here? Nice rounded bottoms on HBAR, even Chainlink, and many others, right? We got Bitcoin Cash waking up here, Big token showing us a sign that the exchange tokens are looking good, and you know what that means? People are getting active, nice, getting ready to trade, and this is a good sign. However, this little bottom is on the 1 hour fractal. Remember, it's a 1 hour time frame, so we have to understand that this could be a short-lived, dead cat bounce, even a bull trap or something like that. However, we still need to keep in mind the daily and the 4 hour structure. The 4 hour and daily structure is still intact and still remains bullish until we fall below 92K and confirm and all that kind of stuff. So at the current moment, we're still okay here, guys. We're still okay. And obviously deploying capital and DCAing is a great strategy, especially as we are seeing some good bounces. Algorand, beautiful bounce for the sleeping giant. We got OKB looking pretty good with that rounded bottom. Gate, obviously another exchange doing their thing. We got nice rounded bottoms. Even Sonic coming out nice with a 10% bump. Obviously a Phantom taking full advantage of that opportunity. As you can see, they're pegged, their price is pegged, and as we keep on going down, we do see a little bit of strength throughout the market based on this little 1 hour fractal bottom. So we got to understand, it's a short-lived scenario on the 1 hour time frame, but it could be the beginning of a snowball effect, a chain effect that technically, we could see some major reversals even on higher time frames. Guys, it's important to keep those emotions at bay and to keep very clear and open-minded to the possibilities. Guys, let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. Let's take a look at some of this price action. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, at the end of the day, served its purpose here at 92K, got a nice bounce, gave us a signal that maybe we have the potential to hold this structural range and start moving to the upside. Now let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. Obviously, guys, the major concern is if we fall below this 92K level, which is the white line. The thick white line right here, if we fall below, guys, is not looking good. And you can see the measured move brings us down to 77. We have some support at the top of the volume gap at 87, very clearly. Now, as long as we can stay here, we're good. We did kind of respect the bottom of this channel. Rejection, rejection, coming down, support, support, support. So you can see there's a bit of a battlefield. This chart is starting to look very, very interesting. If we get a bounce and we get back into this channel, it's likely we go to range highs, which will start looking like maybe, you know, an extension level. And there might be a bit of confluence here at the 1.27, the 1.618 zone. Extension levels are great, but I feel that if we get to that level, the FOMO will kick in, and I feel we'll get a couple of extension levels up to the 2.618. But again, guys, the daily still has the opportunity to get oversold, and this is the major concern. We're holding again back into the drop zone. You look at that, we thought that we were going to come down even more. This is how the market plays games, guys. We're now going sideways in the chop zone. The chop zone typically does go sideways. The chop zone typically gives us an opportunity to see the price action take a break, fake people out, and then all of a sudden continue, or take a break, fake people out, and maybe start getting a bounce to the upside and getting overbought again. And that is very typical in a bull run, guys. In a bull run, if you go on the weekly, that happens a lot, especially in a bull run. Higher time frames will show you that the resets don't happen that often. Now, the question is this one of those scenarios where we get a bounce at critical levels, critical on the 4-hour, critical on the daily, and start moving to the upside as a continuation structure, a bullish structure, maybe a bull flag with a liquidity hunt built right into it to continue to the upside. I've seen it happen before, guys, so I don't rule it out. It's all about probability, and the probability is very high that we continue to the upside as long as we remain above $92,000. Okay, so keep that in mind. In the meantime, I'm still reserving capital. I'm not touching that capital for this level, and I am raising capital to deploy right into this zone. I'm trading actively on lower time frames and deploying the gains into spot. That's the only way to do that right now. If you're going to trade lower time frames and deploying to spot, lower time frames deploying to spot, because ultimately building strong spot bags at this level will give you the gains that you need when we start seeing this thing run. Okay, so let's jump right into some of the TA here on AI16Z. Obviously, part of a very bullish narrative. The retracement has been very deep, and a little bit of a concern for me is that a lot of the projects within the narrative did get a bounce, while AI16Z did not. And at this current moment, it's still at a great level to buy. Now, it could be considered a form of weakness, the fact that it didn't get a bounce, or you could also look at it from the flip side. It is undervalued, and it hasn't got any bids yet. And the reality is it will get some bids if the narrative itself, the AI agent's narrative, gets its bids. So we just got to be patient here. Right now, it fell through the volume gap. There's a bunch of FUD because the fear, uncertainty, and doubt is all price action led, given that this thing came down. Let's take a measurement all the way down here, as low as 50% correction. That's massive. People lost 50%. If you bought the top there, you're down 50%. A lot of liquidations. Or if you buy right now, at least you're getting a 45% discount, guys. That's a great discount. We fell through the volume gap, and now we are testing liquidity to see if we can use it as support. This level right here is the most interesting level. Why? Point of controls here. And if the bears do not have enough strength to chip away at this level, the support in this area, based on the previous price action, will cause it to round off and give us a pivot point structure. And that's what I want to see. Now, there's obviously a weak spot below that has a volume gap between $1.15 and a 95 cents, right? If we do break down, that's the next level to watch out for, where I would consider deploying more capital. But in the meantime, this is a place to watch out for. Let's get into lower time frames here real quick. But I want to see what's going on with the oscillators a second before we do that, just to see what the daily time frame looks like here. And you're going to see that this is not very usable. The momentum is still trending to the downside, and we know that even with Bitcoin, it kind of trending down a little bit here and there. It doesn't look good, but the horizontal support here is awesome. Now, if we look at the 4-hour change, it definitely changes perspective, right? Look at the support that we're getting here and the few bounces that we're getting here, and ultimately you can see that this level could act as a major level of support. and it would be ideal based on the confluence, and it would be ideal on the based on the fact that the momentum is completely oversold right into this level. And in oversold conditions, it's usually where you get the best opportunities to take risk, right? And obviously DCAing into this zone is ideal. Now you can see that even the trend oscillator, a bit of a fake out, a bit of an issue, a bit of indecision in the bearish control zone is not a good look, but it did flip all of a sudden for a bullish move, right? We can see the pale blue, and it's likely to start to eventually maybe get to the upside. I'm not too confident, but I am confident in the flip right here. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Now, my position size, right? The reality is I did deploy a couple days ago into this level on the way up. And now that we're back here, I might increase my position size as we, show some support. I want to see volatility, the orange line, get all the way oversold again, because I want to long every time we start going upwards, because I do think that this is oversold enough that it suggests that we are going to start pivoting upwards. It might take some time, guys. It might require for us to get a few lows here, maybe make that inverse head and shoulder, cup and handle, Adam and Eve pattern with class A bullish divergence. Those type of things take time. However, guys, DCA into this level is not a bad idea. We have the point of control and tons of volume to act as support here. If it's going to be the case that we're going to get support, it could and should happen now, right? The problem is that Bitcoin comes down to 87. It's very likely that we're going to see AI16Z come down to about $1. Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, that's the scenario. Just keep in mind, it's bullish. The narrative is bullish. The retracement is good. You are not exit liquidity at this level. In fact, you're buying liquidations. You're buying people's losses. Guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. Of course, if you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join that Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Guys, see you tonight at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Take care, have a good one, and don't forget, buy the dip.